Welcome back, Sistas fans. This is Tyranny, and I am back with the Sistas review. I did not, as you all know, did not review the latter episodes of season. Well, the first where it got cut off for the mid-season finale, I did not review because I was under the weather. I was sick, had this little sickness that was going around. I had it, so that's why I did not review it. But now I am back, I am well, and I am ready to go. So this is season 7, episode 13. So first we start off with Karen. After she received a phone call from, I guess, the doctor saying that Zach is only one of the fathers of her twins. So now Miss Lisa shows up and she tells her, Karen tells her mom that only Zach is only one of the fathers of her children. And I expected Miss Lisa to not act the way she did. You know, she was very so understanding. Well, this happens, like that. No. And Karen saying she don't be known as a slut, but you ain't worry about that when you screwing two men. I mean, really, Karen? Because now that you're pregnant by two different men, it's issuing a problem. But you screwing two different men, it was okay. I mean, I'm like, Karen, have a seat. So now it goes to Zach is calling her. So, to be honest, Karen said she looks like a slut. Well, she kind of is a slut. I mean, remember, she was sleeping with Aaron. He was still married to his wife, Fawn. So, I mean, it's not like it's out of Karen's character to mess around and be loose, as she say. Then from there, we go to Gary's office where Andy and Fatima are confronting him about Penelope's whereabouts. And Gary said something that made me like, what? He said something to the effect of maybe Andy did something to her. And I'm like, what? And of course, when I get through this review, I'm gonna go in depth about that. But why would Andy do anything to Penelope? I mean, she was trying to help her get away from Gary. So that kind of threw me when I first saw this scene. Of course, Fatima, doing her madam like antics. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing with Gary and Andy and Fatima was just like, basically it was like kind of like a foreshadowing, I guess, of what was going to come. But yeah, Gary doesn't really seem to be too much scared of Andy, but he kind of not going full on at Fatima. So I guess he knows Matt's reputation. He knows their cousins, so he not really messing with Fatima in that way. But yeah, I don't think Gary's gonna mess with Fatima too fast. But Andy, she's a weakling. He's gonna do whatever to her. So then the scene jumps back to Karen and Miss Lisa suggested she call, I guess, Zach and Aaron. So she calls Zach and he wants to know like right then, but she wants to wait till tomorrow. And I guess she needs to process doing the whole Fatima thing. She needs to process it that she's pregnant about two different men, I guess. I don't know. But I think Karen should just own up to the fact that she was loose in this aspect. So yeah. Then we jump back over to Fatima and Andy driving away from Gary's office, and I think Fatima wants to go to the police, or Andy does. I think Fatima wants to go to the police and report her missing or something so they can do the investigation against Gary. But I feel like they should have been done that. I mean, when you first started noticing that she was like returning your phone calls and all that type of stuff, you should have went then. Especially since you told Penelope not to even go see Gary, not to be around this man. And then not long after that, you started hearing from her. So yeah, I think that was kind of stupid on Andy's part. But hey, we're talking about Andy here. So now we have Tamara and Gary are texting each other, wanting to come over and all that nonsense. Then Hayden walks in. I guess they're about to have dinner, and then Miss Willis, Marie calls, said she needs to speak to him and Andy pronto. But Andy's nowhere to be found because I guess she's too focused on Penelope, so she's kind of letting Miss Marie, putting Miss Marie on the back burner, which I don't think is smart based on how Miss Marie is. And I hope that Andy does not lose her as a client because, we all know Hayden is trying to get her on his own. The fact that how Andy is behaving, not answering her phone calls. Hopefully Andy will not lose Miss Marie as a client, but it could be possible. So then we go to Hayden leaves to go meet up with Miss Marie. I guess some type of emergency, I'm guessing. So Spirit goes and meets Gary at his office, and they start doing the do. I'm thinking as smart as Tamara is, she probably won't get caught by Hayden. But we know how Gary is. He's probably got something up his sleeve. It's a case, I guess, Tamara crosses him, he can get her. But like I said, she has recorded them before, so she has something on him as well. And I don't believe Gary knows about it. So we just have to see how this is gonna play out because it's always Tamara does not love Hayden. Hayden say he love her, but who knows with that scumbag. But I mean, I guess I'm like Hayden needs a distraction so he can stay away from Fatima and Zach. So hopefully, Tamir will do Hayden in, but based off all the issues he's caused Fatima and Zach, hopefully he'll get his just due soon. So from there, we go to Zach and Fatima's house, and he tells Fatima Karen just called about the results, and she wants him to come over tomorrow night to let him know. And so, as the guest, Zach intended for him to go alone. But Tim was like, no, we're both going. Sorry, we're both going. He was like, I can go. She was like, no, we'll find out tomorrow, or we'll find out in court. And that's one thing I do like about Fatima. I think we all realize that Zach is somewhat weak, and I don't want to say weak, but maybe passive when it comes to Karen, because of their history. But if Fatima is there, he's not, if he knows Fatima is there, he won't be act too crazy. Like he thought he did outside of her salon. He didn't know Fatima was there. But yeah, see how Fatima shut that down and Zach fit right in line. And so they're gonna go together apparently. So I can say that Fatima should go because even though Aaron's gonna be there as well, it's still the fact that I think Zach is still weak when it comes to Karen when they're alone. Like when they was at the coffee shop that time, there were other people there. But if this is gonna be at her house, I think Zach could potentially fall. So we'll see. Next up, we have Sabrina at work in her office at the bank, and Danny's at work at the airport. And there's a phone call, and Sabrina, I guess, suggests that Danny should apologize to Karen. I mean, this Sabrina makes me sick. I mean, based off of what we know about Karen, she's, how can I put this without being so harsh? Karen's a butthole, basically, and it's like everyone bows down to Karen. I guess, I don't know, because she's the youngest or she throws the most temper tantrums. I don't know, but everybody needs to stop bowing down to Karen. And just because she's pregnant does not mean they should give her a pass to be rude and disrespectful. Because apparently she's been this way all the time. It's just now she's pregnant. It's worse. I'm guessing. But I mean, the whole issue is with Fatima is with Zach and not her. But Danny had nothing to do with it. But I guess she's mad because Danny and Fatima hit it off, so she's mad. So she feels like Danny is disloyal to her because she's friends with Fatima now. But it seems like Fatima's a better friend than Karen is. I think Sabrina's the only one who hasn't really fully I don't want to say fully embraced Fatima, but Danny speaks highly of Fatima and so does Andy, but Sabrina doesn't really speak on Fatima in that way. So I guess Sabrina's weak-minded anyway. She's such an airhead. She kind of go with the flow or go with the majority. So whoever the majority wants, that's what she go with. So if Danny likes Fatima, Andy likes Fatima, Serena probably likes Fatima as well. But still kind of have a look like a finger connected to Karen. But yeah, I don't think Danny owes Karen an apology. Because when Karen apologizes, it's always a fake apology, and it's all she reneges on it. It's like, well, I deserve apology, but I'm not because you did this to me. So yeah, Sabrina is just grow a pair and stop wavering so much and stand on her square and say what she means and what she say. And stop trying to get Danny to coddle Karen in her foolishness. So we're at the law office now, in Andy's office, and Fatima walks in and talking about what they should do. I mean, maybe go to the police. I mean, that'll be my thoughts. But this is Andy we're talking about. And I think she's also a little bit of an airhead as well. Then Hayden walks in, telling her that Miss Marie is upset because she's not answering her phone calls and all of that. And so she gets a call, and Marie is visibly, you can hear Marie is upset with Andy. And at this point, I kind of do think maybe Hayden is the better lawyer for Miss Marie, because Andy is dropping the ball big time, signing herself with her ex-boyfriend's fiance. I mean, who does that? So she goes to his office and I say, oh, now you want to talk, all this type of stuff. I mean, I feel like Andy is I think Andy should try to help Penelope get away from Gary and all of that, but at the same time, it's not your business. You supposed to be done with Gary. Why are you getting involved with him and his new fiance? I mean, that's just crazy to me. And the fact that they're in her office, it's like, should we go to the police? Should we not go to the police? I mean, I don't think this is like really realistic, like true life stuff. Because I was going to the police. Especially how she said she saw blood or something on the floor or something somewhere in the office. I'm like, really? Wait, but this is a show, and this is Tyler Perry's show. So, yeah, I mean, I just feel like this whole thing with not going to police is terrible. It's stupid. At the bank, Sabrina's in her office, and she hears a commotion between Maurice and another bank teller. I mean, I just don't understand why she would hire Maurice back. He caused all of this that went on with the whole bank robbery. Why would she hire him back? And then why would even corporate allow her to hire him back? I mean, that's just not realistic, not real life. But I mean, I don't like the Maurice character. I mean, he is too much. He's too flamboyant, and I don't like it. But the funny part about the whole scene was, I forgot her name, the actress or the character's name, but she had a diet soda, and she's accusing Maurice of taking it. And he said, you should drink water because your skin needs it and all that type of stuff. Then she says, I hope you enjoyed the diet soda because that's the closest thing you're going to get to even being on a diet. That was funny to me. I chuckled a little bit at that line. But, I mean, Maurice, and I think it was like on the previous season they said that Maurice had a lot of bad reviews from customers at the bank. So that right there alone should have been, I guess, a reason for her not to rehire Maurice back at the bank. The fact that customers are complaining on him, customers as in plural, as in more than one, and now he's into it with the other teller. I mean, this whole thing with Maurice. I mean, I wish he just get kicked off the show because I mean, I don't really see a need for his character even on the show. I mean, he's friends with Sabrina. He doesn't hang out with anyone else but Sabrina. I mean, I guess you need someone to deal with at the bank, but still, don't have her at the bank. I mean, just have her with the other sisters. I mean, the Maurice character is I guess my least favorite character on the show. He's about head and head and neck with Karen at this point. And the fact that Sabrina is, like I said, she's very weak. Why are you sitting up letting these two fight and like this in front and out in the open in front of the whole bank area? This is ridiculous. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't. Somebody let me know if you understand why Maurice even there. Why he even got rehired. Why Sabrina even did that. Let me know. I don't have a clue. So we're at Karen's apartment and she's waiting on Zach to arrive and Aaron to arrive. But Danny shows up after Zach and Fatima do. Well, of course, when Fatima comes, when she sees Fatima outside her door, she's like, this and third. And Zach's like, no, we're going to do this. So they come in. And Fatima says, what's going on? Well, Zach says, what's going on? Fatima's like, yeah, we got things to do. And of course, Fatima should have kept her mouth shut because this had nothing to do with her. You know, you're Jack's fiance, you're not his wife yet, so you don't really have sex on anything until you are his wife. So anyway, so Fatima getting smart, Karen trying to get smart. Anyway, then Dan shows up to apologize, but she didn't get the opportunity to because she sees Zach and Fatima there. So then it comes out that Danny is one who, I guess, talked to Zach or influenced Zach to get a DNA test after Fatima already suggested it. So now this is going to be even more of a rift in Danny and Karen's relationship because Karen feels betrayed by Fatima. And this whole thing with Fatima and Danny in her apartment was funny to me. How you doing, boo? That's what Fatima said. And I'm like, oh my God. So, you could just see Karen's like, you know, that was funny. But Sarah Karen right for being a female dog, if you will. So from before that, we get the airport. Danny is at work, and Tony comes and he needs her to watch the kids. I guess while he has a meeting with the execs of the airport. But yeah, then that's when we went to Karen's apartment. And my thing is, like I say, Fatima is just the fiance, so she's not really involved just yet in Zach's life because she's not the wife yet. So Fatima should just be there and look pretty and not say anything, in my opinion, because like I said, you're just Beyonce. You have no marital or legal ties to him yet. So now I do she should know why, but we all know how Zach is when it comes to Karen. So Fatima should be there, I guess, to kind of, I don't want to say hold Zach accountable, but she should be there to make sure he's not doing too much. Because he will. We've seen it before. But yeah, Karen, I don't know. I think Fatima needs to just keep her mouth shut and just listen. So now Aaron finally shows up, and Zach is acting like a freaking child. Why is this clown here? I mean, dude, why you calling this man out his name? I mean, not once did Aaron disrespect you or call you out your name. That's one thing about Zach. He is still immature and childish. I got to give Zach that. At least Aaron didn't engage and stoop to his level. So she broke the news that both Aaron and Zach are the fathers of her two children. And of course, Fatima started feeling some type of way. Dana's like, oh, wow, the Virgin Mary here, you know. And Zach, I'm just so sick of Zach being so immature. He's going to say, why are you showing him first? Because he's closest to her at this moment. I mean, what difference does it make? You finna find out 2 seconds after he does. So, I mean, Zach is just, he's getting on my nerves, this whole Zach character. Then he's something, I don't care, I hope mine's a girl. He's doing, like, chuckling, laughing. And he look at Fatima, and he's straightening his face up. In my opinion, he and Fatima should not be together. And Cause like if you remember on Fatima, you know these are 2 different shows. They're supposed to be in 2 different universes. I don't call Zach being this happy and gleeful when Fatima saw him that she was pregnant on Fatima. He just doing the most on Sistas. So I'm like, and I don't think I'm not a man, so I don't really know how a man would feel about that. But I would think a man will be more happy, more excited to have a child with the woman that he actually is in love with versus the woman that he just loves. But that's just my thoughts on it, because Zach is doing way too much. And the fact that he has no problem doing it in front of Fatima when other people are around, it's like he just constantly humiliating Fatima. Like, well, Fatima, why are you even still with this dude? Yeah, his mouth say he loves you, but he's actually not really showing that he loves you. It's showing that he loves Karen, or he loves Karen more than he loves you, or whatever one he's with at the time. That's who he loves the most. I mean, this is just ridiculous, and Zach needs to just calm it down, tone it down. He's doing way too much, in my opinion. Now back to Andy. This is another thing that aggravates me with this Andy character. You finally tell Jordan what's been going on between Gary and Penelope. So naturally he's upset. He hasn't heard from his sister. Don't know where she is. She's not answering his phone call, anything. And you've been hiding this from him, from this man, all this time. Now she's missing. Now you tell him. I mean, like, this is what really pissed me off with Andy. You should have told Jordan from the beginning what was going on. You're a woman. You can't do anything to Gary. At least with Jordan being another man, he could have done something, or told his sister to leave him, or what have you. Or stopped his sister from going even to see Gary at that moment in time. But it's like now she's being all emotional. I tried to fix her, tried to help her get away from him, this and this. But my thing is, Jordan is in the, what's it called? In politics. So he probably has some type of pull or what have you. Well, he could have used that to help his sister get away from Gary. You just a freaking divorced lawyer. I mean, family law attorney or whatever. Like, Andy really just making me mad because she's being just blatantly stupid at this point. The whole thing her and Gary happened, I think, was season 1, and it was like out there in the country. She had to fend for herself. But that's the thing, because I guess because she got Fatima now, she can handle Gary. No, you cannot. You still cannot handle Gary. So what are you doing? But yeah, this really just made me look at Anne like as the biggest. I don't say she's an idiot, but she's very, very stupid. I would say that much. And Jordan is emotional about this, understandable because this is his sister. And Annie did not tell him, so she fixed it on her own, which she's basically setting herself up, I feel, because Because Gary made the comment at, what was it, Jordan's house, that Andy was a side piece. She meant nothing, this and the third. And even knowing that, why would Penelope still deal with Gary? If you don't care about this woman like this, what are you going to do to me behind my back? I mean, that's just my thought. That's my, opinion about things. But hey, everybody don't have my same mindset. So, So now Danny comes home to find Tony and the kids in their apartment. And cause he had some type of meeting with the execs at the airport. So when he leaves, the little girl asks, "You don't have anything to eat?" And she's like, "Your daddy feeds you?" Like, really, Tony? Like, these are your children. You've been sitting there, so why have you gotten your kids something to eat? I don't know. That was kind of silly to me. Like, who does it? So, yeah. Oh, shoot. But yeah, I'm like, Tony, really, Tony? You should have fed your children before you brought them to your girlfriend's house to babysit. Like, you go out on a meeting with your bosses. I mean, that was just trifling, in my opinion. So, then, of course, the little girl wants to like dress up. I guess that's what little girls do. But, you know. So, Tony come get his kids. And I noticed that the little girl took Danny's handcuffs and put them in her pocket. I'm like, what's she gonna do with it? So I probably that's going to play out sometime in the later part of the season where she got them handcuffs from. Maybe she gonna have them at home, and the dad gonna see him like, where you get these from? How she won't tell a tale and say Danny gave them to her, which he probably won't believe that. But what the little girl want them handcuffs? That's my question. And I don't know how old her and the brother are, but they appear to be of age. So she probably took them. Who knows? I don't know. But I thought that was funny how she just put them in her pocket when her dad came through the door. That was funny to me. And lastly, we at the police station with Silly Andy and Jordan. So Gary's already there, trying to pin her Penelope's disappearance on Andy, saying that Andy's crazy. She's a crazy ex. She won't let him go. Whoop, 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 whoop. And I mean, now this is the same police department from season 1 or 2. Then they know about Gary, how he was locked up before for all that craziness he was doing. And so they kind of know Gary's past. I would think, unless he's some new officers or a new precinct or something. But the fact that Gary's trying to pin Penelope's disappearance on Andy is crazy. And then Jordan, of course he's emotional about his sister being missing. But I feel like all of this could have been avoided if Andy had told Jordan from the beginning, way before now. So now that she's missing, now she wants to say something to the brother. I'm like, you should say something to this man way before now. But, we just have to see how this is going to play out. And so basically, Gary is trying to ruin Andy because she has moved on. She's not his ball and chain anymore. And now he's trying to ruin Jordan because he's with Andy. And I'm like, Gary, like, you can have, like, if I think about his own mission, or was it Leslie said that Gary has had several different women. Why is he so pent? Why is he so concerned with Andy all of a sudden? Well, he's been concerned with Andy, but why is he doing this to Andy? He's had a wife, he's had several mistresses, but Andy's the one he can't let go of. I mean, that's kind of weird and strange, but I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later on in the season. But But yeah, I feel like maybe, well, like I say, Zach touched the pew pew when he wanted his money back. So he's probably gonna pin Zach for her death. Maybe have Andy conspired with Zach to keep her unalived. I mean, who knows with Gary, but he's playing this game where he gets off scot-free, pinning on other people, especially Zach and probably Andy. But knowing Fatima, she's not gonna let that happen. So we just have to wait and see. But yeah, Andy should have been told Jordan way before now what's going on, because now this woman is whatever because of Gary. So you all let me know what you think about this review. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next one.